Any blowing over of trains planned tonight? I don't know about planned. The game changes way too often. What? Which one? The Soviet Republic one? Let's have a quick look at what jobs we've got in here. So where are we? We're at the food factory, which should in theory take imports from the harbour and should export to City Town and also to the harbour.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Now the problem is I don't really want to go back to the city from here or the harbour. You know what? I don't think I've done the Forest Central yet. That one. Forest. I would go to the sawmill. So that would presumably export to the sawmill, which is quite tricky to get to because... Oh, you can turn there. That's fine. Might jump there just for something different. There's a list of mods that used in the last Factorio stream. Yes, without... there was a paste bin link which listed my mods used. I can't remember if we had a command for that. Yeah, exclamate. This may be it. Hang on. Yeah, that one. It's already been run. I think that's the list we used. I might take the train with me and go to the Forest Central.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Just to do something different. Take some rail we don't usually go down. Soviet Republic is changing a lot because they're developing pretty heavy. Some changes are good, some are not really. I've seen games do that. 5 grand? I've seen games do that before. Sometimes it works. Sometimes they really annoy the player base. I'm using a mod for the textures donut, so don't read anything into it. These are not allowed in base game. They don't have the rights to give you these. This is a mod. It's a skin manager mod. Blimey, that's not much going on here. Is that it? Spent 5 grand to come here for one lot of logs? Is that it? Get all my licenses. Hang on. Maybe load and prepare a train with logs for departure. So we could do that one. And that'll probably give us some more. So what we'll do is we'll keep this. We'll keep that one. We'll keep that one. And we'll do this one. And that should give us 3 lots of jobs. I feel certain that those cars are going to be the ones we need. Actually, let me have a look at the Forest Central. The loading yard, which way is north? South is where the track goes, so that must be north. So that means 1L is the loading yard here. Wait, what? There's another shunter here. Oh, I see. It's bigger than I thought. How was dinner? Not bad, thank you. Can you paint the train like Thomas the Tank Engine? Actually, you can. Somebody has done a Thomas the Tank Engine livery. I'm not even joking. Have you tried the hunting game with advanced AI? No. What I did, Venkman, was look at the Steam reviews and be like, yeah, I don't think I'm even going to bother. Gold Amos, thank you for 31 months. Go and have a look at the Steam reviews and you'll see why. Is this C yard? Yep. So we're at C and there's a B yard over here. Presumably there's the loading yard. It's all in a nice friendly loop. Computer's there. Right, so it's going to be a case of taking this around there and getting it loaded. And C's a dead end, so we'd have to pull it back out of here. Pull it out of here. Pull it out of here. And then you can just bring it there and reverse it back. Hey, Wyland. Are you excited for Iberia? Excited is the wrong word. Looking forward to is another word. Or words. It's more looking forward to. I don't really get, like, excited about map DLC. Wait, what does this track join? Blimey. Okay. Interesting. You weren't jumping for joy by Idaho. I wasn't punching the air and jumping around in the garden the day before it came out, no. That to me is excitement. Martin Light, thank you for 30 months. Thank you, sir. We'll just go forward. I'll have to turn this thing around in a minute, I think. I don't know, King Awesome. It's an interesting question. I like the way you think, though. You don't think in terms of, can I haul fuel and wood safely like a skilled train driver? You kind of think of it the other way. You think, I wonder if I hauled wood and fuel and then crashed it. I wonder if it set fire to the wood. SL34. SL34. Definitely the one. Rip, these aren't the right ones. Oh yeah, they are C2S. I need to get B4S as well and then put it onto B1L. That's fine. So go back over here. Get that one as well. So attach to that and then put both of them in there and load. Does it matter what the order the wagons are in? No. No. I am feeling better, Tony. I'm not fully recovered, but I'm definitely a lot better. The order of the wagons becomes more important, like if you need to drop things off. Because when you drop things off, you need to have your consist in like a certain arrangement, otherwise it's going to get really messy. But in terms of just shunting and loading, then it doesn't really matter. It's been a while since I drove a steam train, Tony, so I might have a go of it later. I need to go and figure out where to buy the shovel and the lighter, and what else do we need? It's mainly shovel and lighter, isn't it? I remember one of the shops had a golden shovel in, but I can't remember where it was now. Can't remember where that was for sale. Yeah, I know, but each store sells different things, Butler. Like, for example, the store at the machine factory, that sells the remote control. The store at the harbour sells something else. The store at the goods factory is something else. I can't remember which is which. 3 sticks and a gold bar. I think you're showing your secret passions there. You saw it at the shop in the machine factory. Okay. Yep, 3 cars from this, 2 cars from that. Loading B1L, take to C40. Tony, you're welcome, mate. Feel free to send 1,000,000 bits as thanks. But you don't need to sub. You know, I insist. Oh god, I'm going too far. I'm not focusing. Million bits. Donuts. Yeah, I just blame the meds. I am actually on antibiotics, which, you know, is a perfect excuse if I derail something. No, blame it on the sunshine, Hannah, not the boogie.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Should be a bit heavier now. That's because Catstrators is the only train sim that has actual proper physics. Like, it focuses on physics first and graphics later. Beaker, thank you for giving a sub to Tony. Welcome, Tony. Now, Beaker, you know you have to follow that up with 1,000,000 bits, don't you? No half measures. You don't know how anybody can be comfortable responding to Catstrator. Ty, what kind of a reputation have you got around here? What was it we're going? C4. Oh, okay. How much wood would a wood truck if a, how much wood would a wood truck if a squirrel trucker would truck wood? Something very incomplete about that one. Lovely. So we should be able to get this job as well. Take all three. So what we've done is we've collected 2 sets of empty cars, put them together, put them into the loading bay, loaded it with logs, and what that will do is we'll get paid for that, but then it'll generate another job after this. Because now because we've made a consist as part of a shunting job, it will generate a new job to basically take this wood, which is exactly what we want. Because then we can take that one and this one. There's no way this is going to fit in here. This is going to have to be... So what we're going to have to do now... We'll let it join onto that one. We'll connect it up there. And then you've got to give it time for the brakes to get released on the rear set of cars, and then we can push the whole thing back a little bit. Okay. So we got the bonus for that. Oh, look. It generated a new job. Fancy that. The 5 empty cars that we put logs in, there's now another job to deliver those cars. Genius. So that means we've now got 3. We got this one, and this one. 400 tons, 300. Yeah, it's less than 1,000 tons. We're okay. We're fine. However, I want to turn this loco around because it's currently facing the wrong way. See, that's what I like about this game. You do jobs and they generate other ones. It kind of feels a lot more connected. Milkerson, thank you for 5 months. And by the way, if you keep it in your hand, it won't despawn the job. If you leave it on the table and go and leave the area and come back, chances are it'll change the jobs around. So it's a good tip. If you want to do a job, pick it up even if you don't activate it. How can I turn around here? I don't think I can. There's literally no way of turning around. Actually, that's... No, we can. It's a loop. You can also pick up more cars with logs on the way at the forest south. We could, but we would definitely risk not getting any bonus. That's for sure. Depends if we're going for any bonuses or not. I mean, to be fair, they don't really pay very well, do they? So, yeah, maybe we'll do that then. Forget the bonuses. This is the outer loop here, I think.
Happy anniversary.
It would much need to that it would not generate jobs if you do not supply with empty car. You just want to derail, don't you? Matty, thank you for gifting a sub. Sorry, Tony, thank you for gifting a sub to Matty and to Grand Moff. Welcome back, guys. Actually, welcome, Grand Moff. You've never been sub before. Tony, thank you. And 30 according to that speed limit, Ty. You like the loco skin so far? I do, but they do steal FPS, for sure. Those textures are definitely stealing FPS. Yeah, suggestion. Minimum speed suggestion. That's what it is. Or it's more like I dare you. I dare you to go more than 30. Mouth is doing a lot better, Baz. The doctor, I had a phone call with the doctor yesterday morning, because I was running out of meds, literally. Like on the last 2, I think. Sent him some pictures of my mouth and stuff, and it was like, it's improved a lot since the start of the week. But he's given me another week's meds to clear it up so it doesn't, you know, I don't go into, like have a relapse and it just suddenly come back even worse. But I have to say, Baz, honestly, just the most awful experience. Like, the level of pain, I would say, even when I had braces for the first week, it wasn't as bad as this. And that was bad. It was like my mouth was on fire. It was unreal. Now let me just check something before we move. Because I think this is one of the consists here. 14. That's that one. So we could put that one at the front there. So grab that one first. Put it this way, Baz. I haven't had a cup of tea for a week. I don't think that's ever happened to me before. How many cars do you have IRL? Cars? I own one car. I don't know, Hannah, how I'm even conscious without tea. It's just... it's crazy. But I mean, if you want to explain to somebody how ill you've been, all I have to say is I've not had a cup of tea for a week, and everybody knows what level of seriousness that is. Short Roby, thank you for 18 months. I'm drinking Diet Coke at the moment. Sammy, a week without tea is basically an NDE. It's a near-death experience. That's the kind of level we're talking about. That is a near-death experience right there. That's like light at the end of the tunnel, you know, out-of-body experience. It's a full-on NDE. Exactly. An Englishman, you can't get between an Englishman and his cup of tea. It's just... You're not a real one then, I miss this. Hey Ty, did you ever finish those tea bags I sent you? Or you still got them? Still work in progress. Nice, man. You had maybe 150. So how many have you got left? Over 500. Lucky I didn't send you the full size bag then. Oh yeah, the big bag has 1200. That's the one I buy. I get through one every 3 months. Not even joking. And the only people who drink tea in the house are myself and Mrs. Squirrel. Then we get through 1200 in 3 months. I'm sure there's like full-on catering sizes as well. You know, like giant boxes. 5,000 or something. What size are they in Costco? How many tea bags? $5,000. Cool. That's the next one you get in Thai. 5,000 tea bags. Then you can supply the whole of... What the heck? You can supply the whole of the Northeast with that. You can have a proper Boston tea party. There'll be so many you can go out on a boat and throw them overboard. Screw you guys! Okay, I think they're all connected. Let's have a look how many cars. So there's 18 cars in total. Got number 14 at the front. 54, which is that one. Second. So the one at the back, it must be 42. Yep. And what's that? 6 cars, 11 cars, plus another 7 cars, 18 cars. It's fine. Looks a bit heavy. It's less than 1,000 tons by weight. So it should be fine. This thing can hold more. Let me just work out my route and stuff. So we're going to come out of here. Go past our house. Lol. Past the farm. And then take a right turn. Climb up the hill. And then we're going to fork right. Go to the forest south. Stop. See if we can pick up any more jobs. And then carry on. Keep left. Down to the sawmill. That is the plan. We're not going for the bonuses because they're not paying very well anyway. And we're going to stop and get some more jobs. So let's hand that one in. Down to sawmill on 3i. Sawmill on 3i. B3i. So a couple... So the last one, annoyingly, is going to go to B3i. Remember last time I went up there, Baz, it was a very steep incline. This jiggling thing is... I think it's a known bug. It seems to have crept in the last build. It's a weird one. Thank you, Monster, and I'm doing a lot better. It's a 30 limit down the road. If you actually look at it, it's quite a right turn and then a left turn. And I can't see what's going on under here because he slapped a massive icon on top of it. It's a giant log. Sounds like your internet's screwed, Donut. Try rebooting your router or something. Of course I am a TG fan. Am I gonna ignore possibly the most significant simulator to release this decade? Oh no. Trucker Chris, thank you for 29. Well, I don't know about that, Beaker. There's quite a lot ahead of us this millennium, you know? We've only just started this one. If you're actually telling me that there's going to be a better... you know, there's not going to be a better simulator by the year 2980 or something, I would contest that. Oh, there's our house. Yay! Look at our house, guys. Woo! It's our bed. Worst bedroom ever. Toilet. Oh, we've got a long little siding here, which is great. Scumbag train. Better or worse? I'd say worse than my summer car house. But at least you can't burn this one down, I guess. I love how the forest is basically built on a giant hill. So whatever you decide to pull out of here, you're going to struggle with. At some point, yes, Tony. I don't think scenery burns though, Baz. I think it's only the cars that set fire. I think the fire burns on the ground, but it doesn't destroy the ground. And I don't think it destroys buildings. Well now, Xenon, Train Sim World 2 happens to come out, I think 2 days after... Is it 2 days after or 2 days before Microsoft Flight Sim? I think it's very unlikely that anybody will even notice it's released. That's what somebody said, it's 2 days after, I don't know. Sure, just hit me with a 40-mile-an-hour limit on nowhere. Good times. Oh, they pushed back the release yesterday? LOL! That's amazing. So they announced the release date, and then Microsoft went, hey, we're releasing Microsoft Flight Sim, and Dovetail went, okay, we'll push it back a month. Like, everybody's just getting out of the way. That's hilarious. I can't say I blame them. Well, that's because they want to fly over the house tie, that's why. I can't wait to see them all flying. It's going to be hilarious. You've flown over your house and saw your car. Shh, NDA, you can't say that. You saw it in October. It doesn't matter what they release in the sim, people will complain about something. I guarantee it. Oh yeah, that's true. They've not released anything and people are complaining, that is true. Okay, it's going right. Got the right speed. We've got a sharp turn and a climb. This is going to be nasty. It's only... I've not decided yet exactly how I'm going to approach my videos. I've done some brainstorming on it yesterday, and I've not fully decided, you know, what my approach is going to be. So I don't know, is the answer. I'm trying to figure it out. The problem with Microsoft Flight Sim is it's so huge, so much stuff in it, that it's kind of difficult to know where to start. Sluter man, welcome back. Like, you can't review it in a video, let's put it that way. That's going to be weird. It's just too big. Xenon, I can't answer your questions yet. Oh, that hill. Actually slowing down, that's not a good sign. To give it full sand out and everything. Holy smokes. I'm not sure I want to pick anything else up at the It's only just coping with this. If we pick up more stuff at this forest south, I may not make it up to the sawmill. I mean, the afterburners are on, it's only just doing 18. Thank you for 8 months, please, Gem. We're just about picking up speed. Temp should be okay for now. Meg, thank you for 23 months. Yippee. Yeah, but I only have one of the DE6s, that's the point. The fake setup, yeah. Ty, you wasn't here for that on Sunday, I don't think. Some guy came into the stream while I was trucking and basically accused me of having a fake stream. They said my setup was fake, Like, why have I got a picture of like an awesome setup? And my background was obviously green screened in. It was amazing. So I showed him in the overhead cam view of my rig. I'm like, well, here's my stuff. Here's me pressing buttons. Here's my background, you know. It's just bizarre. Yeah, if I'd have had my had access to my Xbox controller, I could have done that. Mr. Asda, thank you 9 months. How am I doing? I'm doing a lot better than I was last week. Hope you're well. There's a man who's probably looking forward to Microsoft Flight Sim. Don't often go this way. It's exactly why I took the job. The draw distance on this game is pretty good. You can see the farm, you can see the oil well. It's pretty good. A 286, sorry about it. I had a 286. I had a 386 as well. And a 486. And there was no 586 because then it went Pentium because AMD were copying the numbers. True story. That's what I had, a 360 X40. Yeah, Battle Cattle, it runs really smoothly now. Like the frame rate doesn't stutter anymore, it's fantastic. Yeah, Heathrow only comes with the premium version. Yeah, Martin, I don't know what that guy was smoking. You need to flight sim, so what's your best approach to the game? Saying anything's going to be so big and complexity of it. No, as in scope, Tony. Like, because it models the entirety of the world. You know, it's so huge in scope. Like, if you wanted to fly around the world, like, think how long it would take you to see everything. It's like that. It's like, where do you begin? Yes, I have, Ollie. BA retiring the 747s. It really doesn't surprise me in any way. A lot of cutbacks are being made right now. I think I'll just go straight through the forest. I don't think I'll pick up any more. There's no way it would cope with any more up a slope like that one. £110 for premium really isn't that much. It really isn't. Like, not for an entire platform, you know? People pay more than that for a HOTAS. People almost pay that much for a PMDG aircraft, a single aircraft. But, you know, it doesn't matter where they price it, people will still complain. Tis human nature. Remember paying close to £60 for Heathrow 2000 Extreme Photo Scenery for FSX. Yep. I bet you didn't get 60 quid's worth of use out of it. I mean, in all seriousness, when you buy an airport like that, how many times do you fly in and out of that airport? And let's say you've been there 15 times, for example. And I suspect most people haven't, but let's say 15. Hang on. Need to get the brakes on. Big time. That basically means every time you've flown to your own airport, you spent £3. Every single time you've landed there. You've basically paid a landing fee. And that's if you've been there 15 times, which I suspect a lot of people haven't. And that is the madness of it. Mr. Langeville? FS passengers. I used to laugh at FS passengers. It made me laugh. Having people in the back, you could hear them. It was funny. I suspect they should update the FS passenger mod now, so that you've got people getting on and saying, "Can you put your mask on, please? Could you use a hand sanitizer on your way in?" COVID-19 compliant version. Dan the dev said he won't do a version for FS Microsoft Flight Sim, but he might update FSX, FS Steam. That's a mistake. That's like leaving money on the table. I mean, if he doesn't update it, somebody else will make one. Problem with FS Passion is the dev got really sick before he could release the V4 version. Oh, that's a shame. He needs to hand the project over to somebody else then. No, don't pre-order, Sammy. Don't pre-order. He wasn't well for a long time. Oh, man. What the speed is this junction? I can't say, cuzzy. I'm just saying don't. Left turn, that's right. Well, I rarely use it as well, Trucker Chris. But, you know, if you want to go on a plane or something, well, that's public transport, right? Yeah, but Cuzzy, I've given you advice within the realms of what I'm allowed to say. You don't go abroad. You're fine then. How are you going to see the world, Trucker Chris, without a passport the way? Here's the climb of doom. So we need to drop B first, don't we? So B is on the right as we go in. I'm going to come in from the south, go right into B, and then pull through and reverse back to C. With that lane though. According to Steam, Ardell was added to your library in 2016. That's a good one. I think Idaho's released now, isn't it? I can't say, Tony. I literally can't say, mate. Unless, if Microsoft has published that information, I can agree with you and confirm it, right? But anything else, I can't say. Looks like it's already set up for the track that it wants, 3i, which is right there. I've heard that you'll be able to fly a train in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Have you heard the rumor that you'll be able to fly a hot air balloon? Is he still making videos, Ty? Bacon butty. Can't beat a bacon butty. Right. FH42. Next question is, where's the actual station? Okay, that's one done. I hope they have the feeling of waiting Flight Sim 2020 that lacked in the previous games. Well, you've seen the preview footage, right? So this wants to go C3I. I think this is C. You play Flight Sim in your Amiga 500 days. Gastos, things have moved on a little bit since then. Mr. Hambone, 4 years in sight. Have any word on console pre-order from Flight Sim? Can't answer. Are you a Microsoft Flight Sim partner in some sort or just a beta test like everyone else? When you say a partner, what does that mean? I think Microsoft partners with companies. It doesn't really partner with content creators as far as I'm aware. No worries, firefighter. Difference between an open beta and a closed beta. An open beta's open to everybody. A closed beta's only available to select people.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
You finally got your tattoo sleeve booked in. Okay. Might I ask what you're going to have tattooed on your sleeve, Liam? Roadwolf, thank you, 55. You reckon there's going to be a rush for cheap hardware, flight hardware coming out, PC? I think sales of peripherals will definitely go up. Do you see more information in the game in the future of the beta? But yes, I do. So I'm in the alpha, I'm in the private beta, I'm in private press releases that are covered by NDAs, all that stuff. That doesn't make us partners, that just makes us members of the press. But yeah, there's stuff I can't answer yet. Like a lot of questions that are being asked, I know the answer to, but I'm not allowed to say. And neither does anybody else that, you know, respects NDAs. Oh, how much fuel did that burn, I wonder? Wow, almost half. Jeez. That's a lot. There's no service here, is there? Eek. Let's kill the engine a second. Some might say we're sellouts, yeah. So Jackal, how you doing? So do you send regular videos to the beta team, officials, or emails feedback? If you find issues and bugs, you can feed them all back, absolutely. But, you know, content creators' job, generally speaking, is not to be an actual beta tester as such. There are plenty of good people who are really good at doing that kind of thing. It's more keeping us in the loop and letting us kind of, you know, use the sim and get used to it ahead of launch, so that when that happens, when the press are allowed to communicate information, you can communicate information. That's really why you're there. Donut, I'm pretty certain that they do have people that monitor the NDAs, and I'm sure action will be taken. At the very least, a content creator that breaks an NDA, at the very least, they're not going to work with you again. That's the absolute minimum. And then any other company that might work with you would potentially look at that and go, well, if you're the kind of person that breaks NDAs with Microsoft, can I trust you with my stuff? No. So you're just shooting yourself in the foot, really. You know, I mean, if you signed an NDA, you signed an NDA, and there can be legal consequences if they want to chase that up. Blimey. I don't break NDAs. Like, I never have. That's just the way I take it. It's the way I do it. Some people do. I've literally known YouTubers break NDAs, and I've seen what happened. These are all shunting jobs now. That's a bit boring. Name and shame. I leave the area. If I come back, it might create more jobs. I don't know. Let's take a walk. Not even to Mrs. Squirrel. You know, Mrs. Squirrel is not into this kind of stuff. She wouldn't really understand what I was showing her anyway, to be perfectly frank. But, you know, I trust my wife. If you can't trust your wife, there's a bigger problem, I would say, than an NDA. Nothing in the army side. Well, that's a shunter. Load and repair a train with plywood and boards for departure to the goods factory. We can combine that with that. Oh, no, that can go away. Trouble is, where we are now to the goods factory is quite a long way. I don't think we have enough fuel. We have to stop at the farm and get fuel. And for that money, it's not even worth it. I mean, I don't know how much this will pay the proper job. Once we do that one. Is streaming full-time much less stress than a 9-to-5 job? I don't know how to answer that. A lot of streamers who do things full-time work really hard. Because they're effectively they're self-employed. It's what they are. And self-employed people have to work really hard. They have to put the hours in. It's not like being an employee. It's completely different. If that one pays 12 grand, the one left, when it's done, will probably pay about 24, I reckon. The thing is, I don't think we've got enough fuel to get us all the way up there. If I take my loco up to Iron East, Iron Mine or Coal Mine, there's nowhere to fuel there either. I need to get fuel to carry on. I'm just going to drive to City Southwest. Get a refuel and take it from there. That's the problem with like the sawmill and stuff in general, is they're a bit... Okay. The thing is like with the sawmill where we are now, you're very restricted on where you go next. Why is that light not coming on? Like, there's not many jobs here. There's no refueling points here. You're kind of stuck. You haul this stuff here and you're kind of stuck. Like, how do you get out of this? There's a job to take empty cars back to the forest. You can't do that. You won't have enough fuel for it. It's crazy. And the jobs aren't paying enough to pay full price on fuel. Like, that's... I think we made... I don't know how much money we made, but 24 grand to redo the locomotive is way too much. You have a streamer friend, he always seems to be working. Just wondered how you saw it. I mean, I've been doing it for years, and I have overworked myself a lot at various intervals. And it takes its toll on you. And then when you sort of back off a little bit, you get some people complaining that you're not streaming often enough. And you're like, well, There's got to be a balance. At the end of the day, I've kind of come to the conclusion that you do you. Like, you have to just do you. You do what works for you. Work the hours that work for you. Do the stuff that works for you. And then people will watch if they want to watch. And you can't force a situation. It will either work or it won't. But trying to force yourself to do it for years on end, you know, you'll just end up with health problems. It's not worth it. Nobody, unless you've done it, you don't really understand what it's like. And it isn't just playing games, as some people think. So that's where I'm at with the whole thing. If I can't stream one day, I can't stream one day, right? If I'm ill, I'm ill. If I need to do stuff, I need to do other stuff. But the most holiday I've ever had is like 3 weeks, I think. Well, time off, shall we say. Well, exactly, Fat Man. That's exactly right. Like, every employee gets 4 weeks paid holiday a year. You know, a streamer should at least be entitled to that. And considering they very rarely work in the 37 hours like a normal employee, because self-employed people generally work a lot more. Oh, definitely, Hypno. Definitely. A lot of people get into it and they burn out. Like, I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I've been doing it long enough to see it happen. They get into it, they're all like fire and energy, you know, and they smash out videos or they smash out streams and then just go off a cliff. Something somewhere pays the price. It's either the health, the family, the wife, the relationships, the whatever it is. Something pays the price eventually. Well, Donkey, it is 5 really. It's 4 weeks plus the paid, plus bank holidays, generally. Yeah, so you got 30 annual hammer. Which is basically a month, which isn't bad if you think about it. Like, out of the 12 months, one of the months you're not going to be working, and you're still paid. It's not a bad crack. Well, that's the other thing, Vardinator, is, you know, if somebody that overworks, generally just, they go downhill, and the content will go with it. If they're not happy inside, you'll see it. I mean, well, the thing is, Tony, you know, young people, students, they'll often find they're in full-time education and they'll do work outside of that. But they don't do that. They might do it for like 1, 2, or 3 years or something, and that'll be that. You don't do it consistently for years. And when you're young, you have a bit more energy anyway.